Okay, we're going to start a series of projects on what's simply called whittlings. And I had a lot of emails and for demands for just pieces that you can whittle. And that's what we're going to call these. I'm going to start calling these series whittling these specific pieces. Now, what this is a little shorebird. And this is a piece of butternut, only 1 inch. And here's a little pattern for it that I just drew out. Well, I drew it out, actually, I got it from, and I miniaturized it, from a piece that I did. Now, you're not going to believe this or not. Back in high school. Actually, my mother still has this piece from high school. And when I took wood shop, and I think this is maple or something. I'm not exactly sure what this is. I think it's maple. We carved these little birds, and I'm not happy to tell you that I failed wood shop. I was young back then, and I thought I knew everything, and the teacher and I didn't get along, and so he failed me. But I was able to meet him years later and present him with a wood carving that I had done. One of my pieces, and he was just ecstatic. He just loved it. So this was actually just an old shorebird that all you do is just round it off, is what you do, and then we'll make a little base with it, and you take a rod and you put it up there like that, so it just sits up there like that, and that's really neat. It really is. And that's what we're going to do. Tom Hines has got people started so much in just plain whittlings on Wood Carving Illustrated. Tom is a wonderful friend, and he's a great carver. And Tom shows us what simplicity is. And he has a blog called Beginners Carving Concepts, in other words. And Tom and he has a website, and Tom just does some of the most wonderful little whittling things, I'll tell you, and all. And I just so much appreciate this man for all he does for beginners and for other people. And I'm going to tell you something, people. There's just times where you want to sit down and whittle something. You don't have to turn out a masterpiece. Maybe it's not a passion of yours and stuff, and you just want to sit there and turn out something, or teach a child to carve or something, and take an easy project. And this is an easy project, but it's a project that teaches form a lot. And as you can see, basically all that is just teaching form. That's what it is. Is what it is. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take, and we're just going to, now when you cut this out, you want the grain to run this way. You want the grain to run that way. You don't want it to run this way, because then you're going to have problems with it. But this is just a 1 inch piece of butternut. I'm going to come up here on the bill a little bit. It's nothing fancy. It's nothing that requires a great amount of skill. But it's just something that's fun. You have a nice little project when you're through with it. Instead of having to put legs on it, you just put that little then we're going to come back here. And this would make a great little old gift or project for anybody. That would like to have one. And we're going to try to find those. Like I said, this series that we're going to be doing is just called Whittlings. And we're going to announce, we're going to call them whittlings, because we're not turning out museum pieces. The little duck decoy was a whittling, just a little Saturday afternoon project that you can do. See that? You just sort of round that thing off, just sort of getting lined out here. and go from side to side now, okay? Kind of get a little bit even. See that? Just go from side to side. That's a funny story about me failing wood shop. Of course, you know, I was a young boy. I was 16, 17. I should have known better. Of course, we all should have known better at that age. And I thought I knew everything, like so many young people today, and I think. And I thought I had the world by the tail. And there was nothing I could do or nothing I could say that wasn't too smart. Of course, as I got older, I realized just how stupid I was, how ignorant I was, really. You know, that's times when your dad and parents and other people try to tell you, and you don't listen. We all go through those periods of time. Okay, I'm gonna bring this neck down a little bit. On this bird. But we all went through those periods of time, and we all learned. We all learned we weren't as smart as we thought we were. Weren't as intelligent as we thought we were. When we're that age, we think we know everything. As the old man said, when I was 14, I thought I was the smartest person in the world, and when I got 21, I thought my father, at 14 I thought my father was an idiot, but when I got 21 I suddenly realized that my father had gotten real smart in those few years I'd known him. And that happens to all of us. It's those years. I grew up in the 60s, folks. We thought we knew everything. Okay, we're just kind of rounding that bird off. But I like the way they did it, though. They used, instead of putting the feet, they used the rod, and then made a little base for it, where it sort of swivels. Now, of course, when you get to the beak here, you want to be careful. You want to be very, very careful not to get crazy here. Go. Just make sure that your grain is running this way when you cut it out. Or put it on a piece of, you put that on a piece of 1 inch and basically just, you don't even have to cut it out. You can just, but I just cut it out. Okay, it's getting there.